So I actually went into isolation in late February because I have underlying health issues. And so for me, not much changes with me in terms of what changes with the rest of the state. I'm still, kind of in the same isolation, even though I'm in New South Wales and we're not required to do that. So I knew that it was going to be a bit of a long haul for me. And so I think some of the things that I did when I first went into isolation and made that decision, I really did make that decision, and I use a lot of radical acceptance. So I kind of radically accepted that this would be my life for, the next 6 months. And I just needed to accept that and kind of move on. And so I did grieve that a little bit. Like, I think one of the things that I did was I just felt my feelings and I allowed them to come, and I allowed myself to grieve for the things that I was losing and for the pain that I was kind of feeling around that. But I just really kept myself strong in terms of understanding that I needed to radically accept it, and that by radically accepting it, I could also radically accept that it will change and things will, open up again and will be safe again. And so that's been really helpful. When I first went into isolation, routine was really important for me, to kind of keep a routine going. I had a checklist of things that I would do during the day to make sure that my mental health was being taken care of. I had to wait around about 2 months for my mental health professional, my psychologist, to actually get connected to telehealth services. And so that was a bit of a hard slog, but we did have some email contact, so that was good. And once he did get online, we increased our sessions. We were only seeing each other previously like every fortnight or every month, and we increased that for a period of time to once a week. And that was really helpful, because there were days when I needed it, because everything was changing so quickly on a daily basis that, it wasn't anyway like normal life. And so I needed that extra support. So I reached out to him, and he was able to provide that for me. And that was really important for a period of time as well. I also made sure that I had a few friends that I was checking in with every day, even just to be like, hey, how you going? And they were checking on me. They were making sure that I had everything that I needed. They would go to the store for me, but they were really great as well in understanding my anxiety around the situation. So, in order to kind of allow them to drop groceries or whatever and to be near my home, I kind of had a little bit of a protocol that I needed them to follow. And they actually all did that. And so they were unbelievably loving and kind about that. And they never questioned it. They were like, if this is what you need to feel safe, and this is what you need. And that was really important. Another thing that was really important was these guys. So I have 2 cats and a dog who can probably hear. She's behind me. There she is. And so my pets were a big stabilizer for me. So on bad days, I would, wake up and make sure that I fed them. I would make sure that my dog was taken outside, that my cats have what they need. This is life. I also accepted that this would happen. I accepted that, my life was going to be within, this apartment for a while, and I had to roll with that. So it meant that, the cats and the dog came to therapy with me, and they were in work meetings with me, and they went to uni with me, and I learned to cope with that, and I learned to adjust to that, and I guess kind of say to other people, you need to be okay with this, because this is my life and I need these, animals around me. And so they were really a big support for me in terms of, as well as getting some contact, definitely getting some love and affection, because my friends haven't been able to be around me due to my high level of risk. And so that's been difficult. But reaching out to others is definitely something that has been really important to me. And one of the most positive things that has come out of this situation, and one of the strategies that I definitely have used, is to reach out to others. And so I started an online DBT art group. I was always going to do it, but I was going to do it face to face, and COVID got in the way of that, and I wasn't able to do that. And so I adjusted. I worked around it, and I thought to myself, okay, can I do this online? How will I do this online? And how would I reach to people? And we went from there being 6 of us, a couple of people that I am a mentor to, or I quite know well and I wanted to support. And now the group has over 250 members, and I've had to close the program. And I have 4 groups that I run every week. And I have an 18-week DBT arts program that I've created from scratch. Being with them every week, seeing 45 people every week, has been a really big plus. And there are people in that group that I would never have been able to make contact with had COVID not happen. So for me, being able to see the positives, reminding myself, that, everything will be all right, is really important. There are positives that have come out of this, and there's also horrible negatives, and we can sit with them and we can feel the feelings around them as well. But for me, being able to reframe every day and think about the positives, remind myself how lucky I am to have the experience that I have. One of the great things about having mental health issues is that you know what it's like to survive, and you have excellent survival skills. So people with mental health issues are the experts right now. We know how to monitor our mental health, and we know that we have strategies in order to make our mental health better. So just be an expert. And if you can, get a very annoying pug who interrupts everything you do. My God.